just politicians.
No, understand. All right, let's move on. So the deep state got a pay rise. And as I said, it is interesting, isn't it, when they want to overrule the independent umpire, Labor's willing to do it on industrial relations, the Libs are willing to do it on truckies, no one's willing to do it on pay. No giant surprise there, is it, Senator Leyonhjelm, now that the top public servant in the country is getting paid $900,000. The PM gets $500,000.
Yeah, it's amazing. I shake my head in astonishment. There's no other sector apart from the finance industry where that sort of salary is achievable. Now, the thing is, the argument that they make for being paid that level is, oh, that's what I could get elsewhere, and I have to be, paid a competitive level, otherwise I'll go and take whatever else is available. My answer to that is, go get it.
Correct.
Yeah, go get it. Prove your point. I don't believe a word of it. The only public servant that I can think of who could make that claim reasonably is John Fraser, Head of Treasury. He came from a very high level in the finance sector to take the job there. He's an outstanding public servant, in my opinion, and he's probably had to be paid that level to justify moving across. Otherwise, I cannot think of any of those senior people.
You forgot Ken Henry.
Yeah, he got
he took it in spades.
Yeah, he got a giant...
Took public service money, and he took the private sector money.
But Claire, I think it's a reasonable point to make. When both sides of politics want to overrule an umpire, they're willing to do so. When it's a pay rise for the deep state, nothing to see here.
Oh, well, could you imagine? That would make it for an interesting working relationship. Look, I think those figures are just too high, and I think it's nonsense to say that you need to have comparative salaries from the private sector to the public sector. I would do two things, though, before I looked at the pay in and of itself. One would be accountability, and the other is around building excellence, because I don't want to bureaucrat bash here. I think we do need our best and brightest in the public service, and anything that we do that deters them is not a good thing. But I think we do need some greater levels of accountability around expenses, specifically travel. And, there's been a number of high-profile cases, Bronwyn's Choppergate to name one, Susan's Lee, where, I'll find three more reasons to mention Choppergate.
You are definitely in the pub. Had too much to drink.
Boom.
And
not within the rules. You're saying it was within the rules, it was legitimate, and you must be in the pub to be making that judgment.
If we apply the same level of, all light is a good light, has a sterilisation effect, then I think that would be good, because there are a number of public servants that just don't have the level of scrutiny around their quite significant travel expenses. The second thing is around breeding excellence within our public service. So the Americans are quite good at this. They have the Harvard Kennedy School of Government. I think we need more institutions that reflect excellence in public service here, and there's a lot more that we could do in that space to just lift the calibre of the existing public service and promote public service as a rewarding and valuable career.
Well, that's true, but I mean, crikey, $900,000 to run the Prime Minister's department. Jane.
Well, can I just say, just before you do, can I say, Claire, you're a very nice girl, and you will get over your socialism one day. But if I can say, the systems in America and in Australia are different. When a new administration comes in, they can go out and pick a whole lot of new people and put them in. That's not the way the Westminster system works. But I'm sure you'll become aware of that. And
I'm familiar about how the Westminster system works. Yes. Thanks, Bronwyn.
Yes. Well, they are totally
But my
different.
point is that there's an organisation called ANZOG in Victoria here that's still finding its feet. It has that very same charter, and the more that we see that, and it's pretty immature in Australia, so the more that we can see that develop, that's great.
People who are heads of department on contracts, as you probably know. You've got people who gave up tenure when they got the higher rates of pay, and that was introduced by Paul Keating, who also introduced bonuses for public servants. That was seen over the years to be a really bad idea and has been got rid of, except in, heaven forbid, the ABC and the NBN, where they're paid exorbitant amounts of money to stuff up the delivery of a service, which if you can avoid being connected to the NBN, you will do anything you can to prevent it.
Well, that's it.
So money, 66 million I think they paid out in bonuses, which should be abolished.
Agree.
Right.
Jane?
Can I just put it out there? I know this is a bit of a shout out to my dad. My dad has told me that I'm not doing my job as a politician if property prices in Canberra are going up. Because he believes that if public servants are paid more, than property prices in Canberra go up. So therefore, Dad, I'm doing this one for you. I'm sure Dave...
I love your dad. I love your dad. What's his name? What's his...
Steve.
Good on you, Steve. Well done. Well done. Welcome to the party, pal. Well done.